Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. Well, hey, look, today I'm giving you an update on my one stock, 1 week, $1,000 challenge. We're trying to collect when we're looking to use covered calls or cash secure puts in a 5 to 7 day period. And what we want to do is use that very tight time frame, or we want to use time decay to our advantage, where we can write a covered call or sell a cash secure put in a very tight window and generate some $1,000 a week, right? That's real money. And I'll tell you what, I love it, because what I have been able to achieve with this challenge for myself is that I find myself in so many different trading opportunities. It's really honing my skills. I am sometimes writing a covered call and buying it back and rolling it up. Sometimes I have to buy back a cash secure put and roll down for a profit and hope that it goes higher. I'll tell you what, there's all kinds of skill building opportunities when you use the weekly covered call, mainly because it's happening fast and furious. We only have 5 to 7 days, and that's what I love. When I did my UPRO 1 week, $1,000 challenge, I did that for 13 weeks. I probably did 20 trades. Now, some of you do not want to be that active. I totally understand it. But if you want to be a little more active, boy, that low-hanging weekly selling premium cash money is just sitting there for you. If you're willing to put in the homework, get your experience so you could actually do it and have success. Well, this video here is going to be my week 2 update. Right now, I have my second covered call on my DraftKings trades working, and I'm going to show you where I'm exceeding my goal. But I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, it's all about getting that experience so you feel comfortable with it, so you're able to do the kind of things I'm about to show you right here. I want you to understand, I'm using my own money. These are timely and relevant covered call trades. If you like what you're hearing today, I want you to subscribe to the channel. And hey, look, if you like this video today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Now, what I'm doing is this. I want to get to those trades real quick, but stick with me. My goal for 2020 was $55,000. Now, I always set goals. There's a reason I set goals, because it keeps me motivated and inspired. I do this so much that, to be honest with you, I can get bored. I remember telling you a story where when I started writing covered calls way back here, some 4 years ago, that I heard of a guy that would generate some $45,000 a year. And I wanted to talk to him. Now, this isn't Jerry. Okay, this was another guy, and he was using his 401k, generating $45,000 a year in income. And he would do it where he would use one stock. Now, granted, he had a lot of shares, but he had one stock, and he would just write covered calls or sell puts. He did this so steady Eddie, he got bored with it. Yes, and I asked him, are you still doing covered calls and cash secure puts? And he says, I couldn't believe it. He literally told me he got bored with making $45,000 a year with such a sound strategy, for which he told me he never lost. And I'll tell you what, from that moment on, I knew part of this game, right? Part of this game is staying motivated and inspired, because just the function of placing a trade, once you learn it, you don't need me, you don't need anybody on YouTube. Okay, once you learn this, you will learn how to do it. But it's about being motivated. It's about being excited to achieve a goal. So I'm going to ask you right now. I'm going to ask you to place a comment below. I'm challenging you right now. How much money do you set as a goal that you would like to make each trading year? Is it a percentage? Is it a dollar amount? Have real goals, because when you have a real achievable goal and you work towards that goal, I'm telling you what, man, it becomes the scoreboard for whether you're doing it right. And I've said that as well. A lot of times this is not about the money. I hate to sound flippant there, but it's not about the money. The money is just a scoreboard letting me know what I'm doing is having success. So what I want you to do is, in the comments, tell me what your annual goal is. Now, looking at my weekly challenge, I'm not going to go into the ground rules. What I am going to do is bring you up to speed as to where we're at. As of right now, if my shares were taken away this coming Friday, November 27th, I will have bagged some $3,297 on 2 weeks. Yes, that is absolutely $1,648 on average per week. I'm going to explain to you how this has happened to where I can literally go from wanting to make 1,000 bucks in 1 week to now we've only completed, or we will have only completed 2 weeks, and I'm knocking down $3,200 on 1,000 shares. Okay, I'm going to show you how that happens right here. This is unbelievable because when you use some more volatile type stocks like DraftKings is, now I didn't say one hit wonders. I didn't say more riskier stock. I said a more volatile stock like DraftKings. And what I mean by that is DraftKings will trade in a 4 or 5 point window, whether it be up or down. But that doesn't mean DraftKings is a risky one hit wonder pharmaceutical stock. DraftKings has a great business and a great future, but it is volatile. And when it's volatile, you can get higher premiums. And if you're trading in just 1 week windows where you're selling an at the money or a near the money to out of the money covered call right there, that one strike price out, you can get some hella premiums. I'm going to show you how I got a $1.85 premium on a one strike price out covered call. And that's going to produce $1,648 on average for 2 weeks, $3,297. I'm going to tell you right now, that's a lot of people's monthly 9 to 5 paycheck income type money. Okay, so it blows my mind that we could use one stock. And mind you, this is about $48,000, right? I'm using 1,000 shares. On $48,000, I'm making $3,297. As you can see, my very first week, I owned the shares at $43.25. I sold the $43.50 covered call. And if my shares were to be taken away, I'd collect about $250. Now, that isn't where the meat of this trade is at, because by giving somebody that right to take my shares at $43.50, they paid me a $1 premium, or $998 minus a couple here or there for fees. That is unbelievable. That was $1,250 in 1 week. What I ended up doing with my DraftKings shares is when it was trading at $48.80, I went ahead and wrote another covered call. Now, did I buy shares? No, I didn't. What I did was buy back the original option, adding to my cost basis. I then rolled up and out for another covered call premium. Now, to keep my numbers straight on this blog you can go to at cptdashboard.blogspot.com. The way I want to keep these numbers straight is make it look like my very first trade ended where my shares were taken away. So I can close that trade, right? I can close that trade, put a nice bow on it, because the shares never fell beyond $43.50. I'm able to then, if the numbers are straight, I'm able to close that trade and then create the next trade as if I bought another 1,000 shares. Okay, I want to make that very clear. I ended up buying back my first option for about $5.50. And when the stock was trading at $48.80, I went ahead and wrote that next Friday's covered call. Now, I don't want to confuse anyone, but if you know how to trade covered calls, roll up and out and buy back options, you'll totally understand that what I did when the option had no time value in it, meaning the option that was trading for $5.50, it literally had $5.50 of real money in the option. I bought it back. I then sold the next covered call. So I didn't lose any of my premium from the first week, and I was able to then write the next week's covered call using my shares. Now, there's a risk in that, and the risk is if the stock were to fall tremendously, I would get stuck with shares with a higher cost basis. So I think for anyone that knows how to trade, anyone that knows how to buy back options and roll them higher for more credits, you understand what I did here. But for purposes of keeping my blog nice and clean, I made it look like the first option expired with my shares taken away. Now, as you can see, when the stock was trading at about $48.80 to $49, I was able to sell that 49 strike for $1.85. I used the positive momentum of the stock on that earlier last week to sell that 1 week covered call. It was about 7 to 8 days at that point for the next weeks, right? So I was able to get $1.85 or $1,850. And notice if my shares are taken away, you could see at $48.80, I placed this trade. I sold the 49, one strike out from an at the money. I got $1.85 and I still get a little bit of stock appreciation. This trade, if my shares are taken away at 49, I will have bagged over $3,297. Let's go ahead and look at the charts because I want to show you what that looked like and what I was thinking. Now, again, if you want to be a part of the challenge, you need to sign up for the upgraded CTP dashboard. It's super cheap to sign up, and you're going to be a part of the pre and post emails for this weekly trade. Anytime I'm about to make a trade on my DraftKings shares, you get an email before I make the trade and after I make the trade. Look, I know a lot of you will try to follow me on these trades. And although my membership is not a stock picking service, look, I get it. What I want to do is just give you those pre and post communications, showing you the world through my eyes. So maybe you can make the decision that best fits your trading. Remember, I give you one free month, man. Go over and grab it. Be a part of what we're doing. Now, what we're doing here on the chart, I want to show you. Right now, DraftKings is trading for $48. And mind you, we only have 4 days left. Remember, it expires this Friday. And remember that Thursday is Thanksgiving. We don't even have 4 days. We have 3 trading days. So here's the deal. That $1.85 I got for the 49 strike, right now it's trading for 90 cents. The option that I got paid $1.85 is now trading for 90 cents. I can buy it back, pay 90 cents. I keep the difference. That's damn near $1. Think of that for a second. Without any heavy lifting, I could buy the option back. The stock's trading for $48.80. I'm literally able to buy this option back for 90 cents. Probably could get 85 cents for it, right? I put in a bid to buy it back for 85 cents instead of paying the 90 cents. I can collect $1 or $1,000 in my wallet, and I can write another covered call for 2 weeks from now. And you know damn well December 4th, I'm probably going to get $2.50. This is insane. Let's go ahead and put a bow on this first 2 weeks, but I want to talk to you about the buyback. This is where it's really going to up your game, okay? So remember, I bought the shares right here originally, and they fell off. I wrote the first covered call, and as the stock starts to move higher, I'm clearly going to have my shares taken away. And I was going to let them go away. In fact, I was going to buy another 1,000 shares and then write the next covered call, which would be for November 27th. But I realized I didn't have 49,000 of loose cash in the account ready to trade. So I wasn't going to be able to buy the next week's 1,000 shares. So I started to look to rolling this option up, meaning I buy this option back, I roll it up, collect a credit, and we see what the numbers look like. And when I did it about here, that's when I paid back the $550 of my original trade that I talked about earlier, adding to my cost basis. Then when I looked at the 49, I was able to get that $1.85. So the deal was set. I was going to roll the option. I had to buy it back first, so I paid $550 per share. And then I sold the 49, getting the $1.85. And when you do that, if this trade ends where my shares are taken away at 49, I will have pocketed, right? I will have pocketed over $3,200 in the first 2 weeks of a challenge for which I'm merely trying to make $1,000 a week. Now, what I want you to do is this, okay? If you're a little unclear on how we figure these buybacks out, what I need you to do is this. A lot of times I like to just lay the money on the table. I want you to keep it so simple that it just clicks. Okay. And I'll give you a quick example. If you're willing to stick with me here for the next few moments, I'll explain how this works. Imagine this. I have a stock that is trading for $43.25. I've given somebody the right to take them away from me at $43.50. They paid me $1. So when I look to roll this up, because now the stock is trading considerably higher, what I have to do is consider everything. I have to consider my stock purchase price, the original premium, the new premium that I'm going to pay, the new strike price for which I'm going to sell, plus that premium. So when we add all of those numbers, we get that output, right? We get that feedback of that $3,200 that I'm going to make if my shares are taken away. So keeping it super simple, we paid $43.25. We were paid $1. That's the original covered call trade. Now I'm going to buy the option back. And to buy that option back, I have to pay $5.50 to alleviate the obligation, right? So with that said, I take away the $1 that I was paid in my original trade, right? Remember when the stock was trading at 43.25, I sold the 43.50 and I got $1. So I have $1 of profit on the table. Fast forward, I'm going to buy the option back. The stock is trading considerably higher. So to alleviate the obligation, I'm going to have to pay $5.50. So now take that $1 and add that to the $5.50 that I have to pay to alleviate the obligation. Now that's a debit of $4.50 that I have to apply to my stock purchase price cost basis. Okay, so now when I add the new debit of $4.50 to my 43.25, I have a brand new cost basis of $47.75. So when I write my next covered call, that is my new cost basis for my shares, $47.75. I did not pay $43.25. I am now on the hook for these shares at $47.75. So now, considering that, think of my next trade. I'm going to go ahead when the stock's trading at $48.80. I'm going to sell the 49 1-week covered call, and they're going to pay me $1.85. Well, when we add these two together, right, they're going to pay me $49 plus the $1.85. That equals this amount. Then I'm going to subtract that from my cost basis, which equals $47.75. What am I left with on the table? What I'm left with on the table times 1,000 is some $3,200 plus dollars. And that's how we do this. I'll tell you what, it sounds complicated. Your eyes may have rolled in the back of your head, but when you keep it super simple, right? Keep it super simple. This starts to flow like water, and you won't have to put any effort into this. And in fact, if you use my free spreadsheets, go back to cpddashboard.com, and I got all the free spreadsheets there for rolling and so on and so forth. You don't even need to do the numbers. You just plug in the numbers I just mentioned here, and it gives you the feedback of all the numbers and whether you're profitable or not. Now, look, if you liked any of that, man, you have to go back and sign up for the premium membership. I give you 1 free month, and it is dirt cheap, man. I want you to join it. I want you to be a part of something. Now, look, I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. This is turning out to be a great challenge because already in 2 weeks, I've done 2 trades, man. I have literally had to bust out the calculator because when I made that buyback and where the stock was trading, I had to make sure it was profitable. And it actually surprised me if on November 27th, my shares are taken away at $49, I will have made over $3,200, man, setting this trade up to be as successful as my UPRO trade. Remember UPRO? In 13 weeks of a one stock $1,000 challenge, I made $19,500. Now, if you want to be a part of that and all the video updates I plan to do, I need you to subscribe to the channel. It's right there and it's free. And hey, look, if you like this video today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. And hey, look, over on Facebook, I'm updating everybody on all this stuff. They get a little bit extra. They get a little bit more. I love going up on Facebook, answering all the questions. And so many people inbox me there. Hey, look, be safe, be healthy. Most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.